This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
Welcome to Morning Motivation for Educators. I'm Danielle Neufer, a former teacher who knows firsthand how exhausting and overwhelming this work can be. After 20 years in the classroom and 2 bouts of my own teacher burnout, I finally found tools to help teachers not just survive but thrive. I created Teaching Well to help educators like you manage stress, find balance, and reconnect with the passion that brought you to teaching. This podcast is your space to breathe, reflect, and take those small steps toward feeling more grounded and fulfilled. Your well-being is crucial to your school's success, and I'm here to support you. So with that, let's begin. I'm teaching my son about ancient civilizations this year, and we are beginning at the stages about learning how the first civilizations were formed. So in case you forgot this, like I had, civilizations were formed when groups of people lived close together and they realized that self-sufficiency was no longer needed and specialization emerged. For example, your neighbor makes really good bread and you were a better bowl maker. You could both make the thing that you were better at and begin to trade. When everyone had surplus of their specialization, then the entire civilization could thrive. However, they found in these early times, like now, that they did need some way to deal with people who don't uphold their end of the bargain. Like somebody gave me a moldy loaf of bread. And this is when government and laws needed to be created to keep order among groups of people. And this is when the civilization decided how to have and potentially rotate leadership. All of these things needed to be understood and agreed upon for the most part by the citizens living in the city. So I guess why I wanted to go through that little history lesson is because it got me thinking. In our country, in the United States, and even in the world, where do I belong right now? And how can I better understand the other people living around me who have differing views of the direction our civilization should move in? And here's what I came up with. I'm making a conscious decision to act more locally. And although there's nothing more local than being a teacher in a school, I know I need to do some other things to get a little balance in my life. So here's what I asked myself. Where can I be of service in my community and get really grounded where I live? And this is how I'm going to proceed. I can't do much else except to do this thing. Being engaged as a compassionate community member is something that I can actually do. Some days that just means not talking negatively about others in front of my kids. It means being an example by letting people go ahead of me in traffic, or if someone cuts me off, assume that they have a very important place to be. In school, it might mean deliberately holding a door for someone who just got out of their car so I can say hi. Or making sure to say hello, make eye contact, and smile to all the little human beings walking down the hallway, even if I don't know their names. At home, it might be to put a little note in my partner's lunch or my kid's backpack. Just simply sharing that I see them and I appreciate them. Being grounded in community doesn't need to be an hours-long community service work event, although it could be. But the shifts that we have immediate control over are those things that we do every day. Can we be vessels of hope to those who need it right now? And if we are the ones who need it, take some time to seek out that which we need. By getting the support we need, we are being a compassionate community member. So as we move into this next season of unknown, look out your window and find a way to get grounded in your community, your school, your town, your family. If all of us did these little things and we were okay with it being the little things, what an incredibly different place we could all see, and what an incredible civilization we would all start to create together. Thanks for joining me today. If you're ready to dive deeper into your own well-being, check out my book, The Path of the Mindful Teacher. Find links for this and other ways we can work together in the show notes and at teachingwell.life. Remember, caring for yourself is the best way to care for your students.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.